Pleasure to be welcomed by the Yankees ace right now. Gerrit, we'll get into your pitching and just what a phenomenal season you're having, but we're working with a heavy heart here, okay? We're losing Sean Casey to the New York Yankees. He's been the new hitting coach of your team. What's the reaction like for you when I tell you Sean Casey's going to be in pinstripes?
He's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of positive vibes. I mean, you know, he was a great hitter in the major leagues for a long, long time. He's a great human being, a lot of connections to Pittsburgh where I started. So I've had the opportunity to get to know him pretty well over the years, and I'm excited to have him on board.
His energy's going to be up. He's walking in the building. You have we mentioned in the break, having Casey and Swisher spring training together on the same field.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stop at Starbucks before I get to the park in order to, you know, level up to those two for sure.
Oh, man.
You look at this lineup in the American League, the National League, the team that you're going to be going against, man. When you look at it, you got Acuna, Freeman, Mookie, JD. What's that like facing those two?
I'm going to have to put a lot of pitches on the corners if I'm gonna have success tomorrow. Fantastic hitters, Hall of Fame caliber, first 4, 5 for sure. You know, great ambassadors to the game and great hitters overall. So they're going to be really tough.
Spent 6 All-Star games, but getting that opportunity to finally get that start. A lot of things have to line up to get that start. I completely understand that. But what was that conversation with Dusty like, having Dusty right there talking you through this? What was that conversation like with Dusty to get this opportunity?
It's just really special. I mean, you know, Dusty obviously is, you know, just a really, really well-regarded manager, probably. One of the greatest, you know, when we think about players, managers, and just great baseball minds. So, you know, hey, I get to pitch to him. You know, I've pitched against him so much in my career, from the Reds to the Nationals, to the Astros, and finally getting to take the ball for him is going to be really, really cool.
You've been here a bunch of times, like Siwa was saying, but who's that one guy that you want to kind of look into the clubhouse and be like, man, I want to get to know you a little bit more?
That's a good question. You know, they talked about how many young players there were, and
33 first-timers.
Yeah, that's to me just. That's going to be cool, meeting a lot of those guys and a lot of the young players in the league that are just blossoming and starting their careers. Typically, those guys have a lot of energy, and hey, you know, they're on the forefront, you know, really forward thinking, on the cusp. They're having a lot of success, and so, you know, just experiencing that with them and getting to know them a little bit is definitely what I'm looking for.
You're going to be the guy that he's not going and asking people questions, Younger.
No, they're
he's the
go
guy.
Ask him.
You know, just sit back, relax in your locker. Everybody come and speak to me. I have all the knowledge. Whatever you guys need, I'm here. But speaking of all games aside, speaking of the young guys, do you get a nostalgia? It's not too many chances that we get the opportunity to talk to a first pick overall, going back to 2011 with the Pirates. Do you watch the draft? Do you get any certain feelings for those guys who were picked first overall?
Yeah, I've kept tabs on the draft. You know, one of the coolest experiences I had actually was I got to meet Hunter Green like right after he signed in Cincinnati, and speaking to him and meeting his parents, I was just like, this guy is going to be a star. He's got, you know, a great head on his shoulders. I mean, we all know about his arm, and then getting to watch him pitch against us the other day and seeing that like evolve and come to fruition is. I mean, it's part of the things about the game that, you know, you don't often think about that really kind of make it special. So these two LSU guys that went 1-2, that is, you know, what a great, I mean, I'm sure they're super proud. Their families are proud. They got it, you know, DJ LeMahieu's proud. I mean, you know, they're representing their school and their program really, really well, and, you know, wish them the best. And it's just the start. They just got to remember it's just the start of the career.
And I want to follow up with that. You said, you know, you know Hunter Green's going to be a star. When you are that #1 pick, do you know that you're going to be a star? Or is it more pressure, like, I got to live up to this?
I mean, there's pressure, but I mean, there's pressure, you know, it only gets more and more as you keep getting better and better. So it's not a guarantee, it's not a lock. We've seen some stories over the years, and that's the risky part of this business. I mean, you go out there and you put your body on the line and you do your best every single time, and you hope that things go your way and you put yourself in a good position. But in the end, you got to control what you can control. You got to work hard. You got to show up to work every day. You got to be diligent. You got to be a good teammate. And, you know, these guys coming from this type of program and having this type of success in the College World Series, you know that they got a bright future ahead of them.
You're a guy who obviously gets so much swing and miss. Led the majors last year, 257 strikeouts. This year, Gerrit, third fastest ever to 2,000 career strikeouts. What's that mean to you?
It's hard to fathom, to be honest. It doesn't feel that fast, but I guess maybe relative to innings, it is. I mean, I remember A.J. Burnett always giving me a hard time when I was a rookie about not striking people out. So, you know, anytime I'm, you know, fortunate enough to have a day where the ball's getting off the bat quite a bit, I tend to shoot him a text to remind him.
I love it.
Gerrit Cole is going to be starting the All-Star game. See what I was saying earlier, like for a guy who signed a massive contract, big expectations, you've been worth it all, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's been amazing.
Thank you, guys.
That uniform hasn't been heavy at all.
No.
It is, but you got to work out in the offseason.
Gerrit Cole, 6-time All-Star starting for the American League. Great stuff out of him. And have fun with Sean Casey and our buddy.
Oh, yeah. Coffee.